Welcome everyone to our Nepali Times weekly chat. I'm Marty Logan, and I'm here with His Excellency, Mr. Walton Alfonso Webson, who is permanent representative to the United Nations for Antigua and Barbuda, and also president of the executive board of Unicef, if I've got it correct. Great. Nice to shake hands. Nice to have you here.
Thank you.
So you have just finished a visit to Nepal, or finishing up a visit to Nepal with other members of other executive boards of UN agencies. Overall, how would you assess the recovery and the UN's role also in earthquake recovery?
I think overall, while I am sure there are still lots of complaints on the ground, because our human nature is, we want to see things happening, and once things begin to happen, you want to see it happen faster. So I am sure we did not hear a lot, but I am sure there is a lot of complaints. We certainly heard great need for water reconstruction, so that people in the earthquake area that was hit hardest can get access to water faster and more reliable. We certainly know that there is need in terms of housing, but we also saw the efforts that were being made to build.
There continues to be a lot of criticism, as you guessed. Particularly you hear around rebuilding of homes, and I'm wondering, what role the United Nations can play in trying to accelerate the rebuilding of the infrastructure.
We met yesterday, in fact, with the NRA, the National Reconstruction Authority. So in that, we did speak about the need for hastening, and they emphasized, the NRA in particular, the need for putting a lot of emphasis on buildings, and that is the reconstruction of homes. Recognizing, as I said, there will be, once you have started, there is criticism because everybody wants their thing done immediately. And so the United Nations teams will continue to work with the different groups and development partners, because this is a process that is not done solely by any one body, and we believe that there will be a response. But again, this is a government-led initiative, and the United Nations groupings are supporting the government and will continue to urge the government to move things along as quickly as possible.
Let me ask you about something else. Nepal has local elections coming up in 3 weeks or so. First ones for many, many years. Everyone is looking forward, or most people are really looking forward. What role does the UN play in those local elections?
Well, that was one of the things that we heard a lot of. We saw a lot of people who were very excited, especially women, I have to say. We're very excited about the upcoming elections. The UN has been doing a lot of work in capacity building and making sure that everybody has the franchise of all is protected within this process. So as an example, the UN teams have been working with governments on voter education. They just last weekend, just finishing yesterday, there was the conference for women relating to the elections. There is work being done to make sure that accessibility for persons who are physically disabled can get into the polling stations. The protection of persons who have visual disability and others, that they can have a right to vote. The protection of the classes, so that the classes can participate equally in the process. So the Dalit and similar classes that are disadvantaged, that they have an opportunity. So the UN plays a capacity building role and an education role. Of course, the UN is not mandated here to do things like monitoring and so on.
Finally, let me ask you about a topic that a lot of people have brought up, the funding cuts to UN agencies rumored, particularly UNFPA from the US government under President Trump. Um, how will that affect Nepal in particular?
Well, I'm glad you said rumored, because generally, the UN has a really good relationship with the United States government. The United States is a major partner to the United Nations. So there, and we are not, as you said, it's rumors. UNFPA, we know, have had, that there has been a discussion, but nothing is yet approved that this is the situation. It should not affect Nepal's work in any way at this stage. What we are doing, however, and any cuts will be seen in this light, is that we are in the process of reforming the United Nations programs and operation. And that process has started a couple of years now, over the last 18 months or more. So that reform, any discussion around cuts, will be seen in light of how can we better make the United States more nimble, more responsive, and make it respond, continue to be more positive in its response to the needs of any particular country, and in this case, Nepal. So I wouldn't be worried, and we in the programs that at this moment are not worried. We feel very confident that the United Nations programs in all of its agencies will continue in an effective and efficient way.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.